Hello, today we are going to discuss the problem based on preparation of statement of profit and loss account under Schedule 6 Part 2 of company's account. So, we will do a problem in which we are just going to prepare statement of profit and loss account only. We are not going to prepare anything like appropriation or balance sheet. Okay, so let us go to the problem. Moon and Star Co Limited is a company with an authorized capital of rupees 5 lakh divided into 5,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each on 31st December 2003, of which 2,500 shares were fully called up. And the following are the balances extracted from the ledgers as on 31st 12, 2003. So let us see. We don't have to bother about all these things while doing a statement of profit and loss account. So the first thing what we are going to do is to identify which items will come under what heads from the trial balance given in the question. Now, let us see what all the items are given in the trial balance of Moon and Star Co Limited. So, in debit balance, you can see opening stock, which is given as 50,000. So, when you see opening stock itself, you will be able to know in which item it will come. So, just identify the item opening stock, and this item will come under cost of material consumed. Okay, so just make a note of it. And purchases. Purchases is also an item which is to be added in cost of material consumed. Okay, next is wages, 70,000. So wages is an employee benefit expense. So it will come under the employee benefit expenses under the head statement of profit and loss account. And discount allowed is a debit balance. So discount allowed is also an item which will come under other expenses. And it will also be shown in under the other expenses head. Okay. And insurance. Insurance is a debit balance. So you're paying insurance. Insurance paid will also come under other expenses. So when I am telling all these items will come under these heads, you can make a note of it and then it will be easy for you to post it. Okay, salary. Salary is an employee benefit expenses, as you know, and rent. Rent is something which you are paying outside. So as it's a debit balance, it is coming under other expense. Next is general expense. That is also an expense coming under other expense. Printing, other expense. Advertisement, yes, advertisement charges will also come under other expense. Now let us see what is bonus. Bonus is something which you are going to give to the employee. So it will come under employee benefit expenses. Okay. Next item given in the question is debtors. We have to bother only about debtors when there is some adjustments given in the question. Let us see that later on. Plant is given and furniture is given. Bank amount is given, bad debts is given, calls in arrears is also given. In this side of credit balance, you can see sales. Sales is an important item which will come under revenue from operations. So, take that sales and make note of it, revenue from operation. Next is discount received. So, discount allowed is an expense, discount received should come under other income. Next, you have profit and loss account. This profit and loss account is something which this amount will be used while you're preparing profit and loss appropriation account. Why I'm saying this is you will find an adjustment where you have to post that item only in profit and loss appropriation account. So that is a small tip where you will use this amount while preparing profit and loss appropriation account. But for this sum, we will not use it. Next is creditors amount is given, reserve amount is given, loan from managing director is also given, share capital is also given. Okay, so the total of two sides and of the trial balance is also done. Now let us see, there are some other extra informations given in the question as well. So let us see what are the items. You are required to prepare profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December. This is actually 2003. Okay. And the balance sheet as on the date. So we are not going to do balance sheet. So let us only concentrate on profit and loss account. Okay. Based on the sum, we will do it later on. Now there are some of the following informations like adjustments given in the question. The closing stock is given as 1,91,500. Depreciation on plant is to be provided at 15% and at furniture it should be provided at 10%. Now a tax provision of rupees 8,000 is considered necessary. So there is no percentage of tax given, but a tax provision of 8,000 is mentioned in the adjustment. Next, you can see an adjustment like directors declared an interim dividend on 15/8/2003 for 6 months ending June 30, 2003, which is at 6%. So whenever you find an adjustment which is related to interim dividend, or maybe you find an like an item given in the question which is stated as interim dividend, you have to be clear that there is some dividend taxes which has to be provided, because interim dividend is something which you're going to provide in the current year. So as per the new schedule 6, whenever there is a dividend which is to be provided by a company to another company, 10% of tax or dividend tax should be provided compulsorily, and surcharge of 5% is given. But if it is for the current year, usually surcharge will be ignored. So in this question, please keep in mind, based on the same question, you're going to do a profit and loss appropriation account in the coming days. So here now, while we are doing statement of profit and loss account, you will not consider this adjustment, because interim dividend is something which has to be provided after you find the net profit. Okay, or after you find the actual profit of the year, only after that you will provide your interim dividend amount. So whatever whatever answer we are getting, that is in the net profit, only after that we can provide it. So for now, for this question, for now we are not going to consider this item. So please keep that in mind. So this is the question given, and I think we can start doing the solutions. And I have already written the format. So as we all know, the first thing what you are going to do after writing this format is that writing the name of the company. So just write Moon and Star Co. Limited is the name of the company. And the balance sheet is as on 31st December 2003. Okay, so keep that in mind, and let us directly go to the notes section so that we will be able to post that directly here. Now, look into your question. I'm not going up and down because you already have the question in your hand. So just we identified what all items will come under what heads while we listened to the question. So there you did not find any sales return amount. So you can directly state the sales amount which is given in the question here. Okay. So the amount of sales given in the question is 3,25,000. Yes. So if you want to check, I'll just show you this, only this. Okay, 3,25,000. Okay, so in the notes section, you can directly write it as 3,25,000, and there is no any sales return given in the question, so you don't have to worry about anything. Now let us check whether there is any other income given in the question. So we already had noted that there is an item which is given in the credit side of the question, which is discount received. Yes, sorry, discount received. So you are going to add that item here, like discount received. And what is the amount of discount received in the question? That is 3,150. So other income is also posted in the question. So revenue from operation is 3,25,000. Other income is 3,000. 150. Now post the same items here so that you will not miss an item. Yes. So just write 3,25,000 and 3,150. So when you add 3,25,000 and 3,150, the answer what you are getting will be the total of income, isn't it? So you can just add it and write it as 3,28,150. 3,28,150 is the answer. Yeah. Now you can just go to other items, which is some like the items of cost of material, employee benefits and all. So let us start doing cost of material consumed. So what is the amount of opening stock given in the question? Opening stock given in the question is 50,000, isn't it? So to that opening stock, you have to add purchases. So what is the amount of purchases given in the question? It is 2 lakh, isn't it? So when you add 2 lakh and 50,000, the answer what you get is 2,50,000. From this 2,50,000, what you have to minus? You will have to minus the closing stock. So what is the amount of closing stock given in the question? It is 1,91,500. Just look into the question so you will understand it better. So from 2,50,000, you have to minus 1,91,500, for which you will get the answer as 58,500. Okay. Now in the cost of material column, you can simply write 58,500. Okay. You have posted that as well. Now from the question, I have already sorted out what all employee benefit expenses will come. So as I was discussing the problem, you can see wages is an item which is an employee benefit expense. So the amount of wages given in the question is 70,000. Okay. And you can come and see discount allowed won't come, insurance won't come, salaries will come. What is the amount of salary? 18,500. Okay. Next is, you can see rent, general expense, all will come under other expense. I think you have noted it down. Now let us see bonus. So bonus is an item which is given in the question. The amount of bonus given in the question is 10,500. Okay. Now all that you have to do is you have to add these three items, which is 70,000 plus 18,500 plus 10,500. So the answer will be 99,000, isn't it? So 99,000 is posted here, and you can take it directly. Take that 99,000 and post it in the employee benefit expense column. Okay, so 99,000 is posted. Next is finance cost. Now there is no such finance cost given like interest on debentures or interest on discount of shares. So something like that is not given in the question. So you can simply leave it as nil. Okay, you can just give it as nil and move on to the next item. Now there are depreciation amount which is given in your adjustment. What is the depreciation amount? See, 10% on furniture and 15% of plant is given. So what is the plant amount given in the question, which is 1 lakh, or plant amount is 1,80,500. To this 1,80,500, you have to give 15% as depreciation. So 15% when you give depreciation for the plant amount, that is 1,80,500 into 15% when you do, you will get the answer as 27,075 rupees. Isn't it? This will be the answer. I guess you're doing along with me. Okay, and the same way for furniture, it is 17,100, for which you are going to provide a depreciation of 10%. Sorry, it's not 19, it's 10%. Okay, so when you provide 10%, what will be the amount which you are going to get? That is 1710. Now add these two items, which is 27,075 plus 1710. the answer what you will get will be taken here or here, whatever it may be. Okay, so the total amount when you add these two items will be 28,785. I think you're with me. Okay, so now take this amount and where will you post it? You will post it in the depreciation and amortization column, which is 28,780. Finance cost, we don't have anything, just give it as nil. Okay, now that is over. Next we will see the other expenses. So there are so many other expenses given in the question. So I have taken note of all those things, which is first item, which is the amount of discount allowed. Next item given in the questions. You can write this after discount allowed. We will write insurance. So for insurance, just see there is like insurance amount is given up to, in your question it is given up to 31,304. So the balance sheet what we are preparing is for the year 2003, 31st December 2003. But they have already paid the insurance for the next year, that is for 3 months they have paid the insurance. So from the insurance amount you will have to subtract the prepaid insurance, and that amount only you can give it in the outer column. So for insurance what you are going to do is, what is the total amount of insurance given in the question? It is 6,720, isn't it? From this 6,720, what you're going to do is, you know they have paid the expense or paid the insurance up to 31st, that is 31st March 2004. You know when there is a prepaid expense, you will minus it from the actual expense. So just give it as less prepaid insurance, which is 6,720's 3 by 12. When you do it, when you measure it, you will get the amount of this. Why are you doing it as 3 by 12? Because they have only paid for 3 months. Okay. So just take 6,720 and multiply it into 3 by 12. So what is the answer you get while you do it like this? That amount will be taken here. So when you do this, that is 6,720, isn't it? 720 into 3 divided by 12, you will get 1680. Yes, 1680 will be the answer. So 1680, you're writing it. Now subtract it from 6720. What is the answer? So if I am writing it in this column, 6,720 minus 1680. Okay, 6,720 minus 1680, you will get the answer as 5040. Yeah, 50. Sorry, 6,008. Yeah, total answer what you are going to get it here is 5040. Okay, now you can just see the next item, which is okay, salaries. Where is salary? Okay, I didn't write it. Okay, yeah, rent. Rent is the next item, that is 6,000. Okay, salary is an employee benefit expense. That's my mistake. So rent is the next item of other expense. Next is general expense. General expense given in the question is 8,950. Okay. Next is printing. Printing is 2,400. Okay. And advertising, the amount is 3,800. Okay. Next one is bad debts. So bad debts, there is no any adjustment. So you can just directly write it as, because plant, furniture, bank, all those things are not coming in other expense. Bad debts 3,200 will be taken. Now add the total of all these items. That is 4,200 plus 6,000 plus 5040. You add that with 8,950 plus 2,400 plus 3,800 plus 3,200. What is the total amount you're getting is 33,000. Okay, 33,590. This will be the total amount. Now take this other expense 33,590. Yeah, and where will you post it? Other expense. So write 33,590 here. Now you can find the total of the expenses. So total expenses given in the question, what is the answer, it can be found out here. So just add all these items, that is 58,500, which is the item here, plus 99,000, yes, plus 28,785 plus 33,590. So when you do that, you will get the answer of total expenses as 2,19,875. I hope you are doing it with me. Okay. So this is the answer what you will get for total expense. So what is the profit before tax? Whatever the profit you have, profit before tax. How will you find that? You will subtract 3,28,150 minus 2,19,875. What is that? Total income 3,28,150 and total expense 2,19,875. The answer what you're going to get will be 1,08,275. Okay. So you have to find whether there is any extraordinary items. But we are not finding any extraordinary items. You can give it as nil. Okay. So there is no extraordinary items, nil. Okay. So the profit before tax can be the same amount, 1,08,275. Now, this is the answer for the old question, but there is a adjustment given in your question, which is you provide tax provision 8,000 and which is considered very necessary. So that 8,000 can be provided as tax directly. The last question, which was 50%, right? So you are providing the 8,000 as tax. This is minus amount, okay? So when you do that, what is the answer you're going to get? That will be the total profit for the period. So just take 1,08,275 and subtract 8,000 from that. Answer what you will get is 1,02,75. Okay, that is the profit for the period. So now you can ask me, there is only one single adjustment left in the question, that is the interim dividend. That we will do or discuss while you learn the profit and loss appropriation account. So for the same question, you will do it in the format which I am going to give you. So that is all for today. The profit for the period which you have